What is going on, everybody? I apologize for Satan downstairs. He has been barking his little head off all day. What's going on? And I'll let some people kind of pile. I'm leaning back because I'm in a bad mood. And I want to get up right up on my soapbox. What up, Snow? What up, Andrew? What up, MK? What up, John? What up, everybody that's piling in here? I'm about to step up on my soapbox. Am I ever going to expand the Coyote tuning series? No. So listen, Coyote tuning isn't difficult. It's just very, very time consuming. Thanks, Dodge. Very time consuming. It's just standard VE tuning, but you've got to set it up for the 26 VE tables. It's a nightmare. No, it's not because I got Dodge. Listen, so I decided today I was going to thin the herd a little bit. I've talked about this. So I'm going to thin the herd, right? So I put the 72 Corvette up for sale. Thanks, Bernard. Put the 72 up for sale. Not a big ordeal. It's what it is. It's a 72, which is chrome front and rear bumpers, which makes it desirable. I'm not asking crazy amounts of money by any means for this. Well, a dude reaches out to me. And so I do what you do. I look. I see who this guy is. This guy works for a place that flips Corvettes. And I'm like, oh, great. Here we go. It's like, oh, I want pictures of this, this, and this. I go, yeah, no problem, man. So I go down and I take pictures, and he goes, oh man, the frame's been repaired. I go, yeah, it's solid, but yeah, it's been repaired. It's a what, 51-year-old car at this point in time? Like, yeah, there's a couple of thin spots on it that they welded a plate in spot. And we're talking about 3 spots about this big. It's been repaired, then it was undercoated, all this stuff. Like, the frame is solid. So I'm like, as soon as we got there, I was just like, I don't even want to deal with this guy, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not asking $50,000 for this thing. This is not going to go win a concourse level show by any means. I'm not trying to hide anything. And he's like, oh man, I think it's only worth $5,000, maybe $10,000. I'm like, bro, come on. So I won't say what place he works for, but I will just say that there is a Corvette shop, Specialist Corvette, not shop. They're not a shop. They're a dealership. Specialist used Corvette place in middle of Pennsylvania somewhere, that if this is the mentality that they have, just know that you're going to get screwed if you buy from them. I mean, and I know what this guy's doing. This guy's trying to get a car for 10 grand so he can sell it for 25. But, like, don't come talking that smack to me. Yeah, it's a driver. That's exactly it. It is a driver. Oh, no, man, listen. It's annoying. But then I went through and saw some of his auctions. He's got junk on there. Like, literally just junk. And then I find a want to buy post, and he wants to buy a Corvette. He wants to buy a C3, but he wants to buy a 73, which are significantly cheaper than the 69 through 72s. And it dawns on me, this guy doesn't have the money. He doesn't even have the money. Like, he's trying to lowball me so hard to try and get what he wants because it's out of his price range. And I'm like, bro, like, why you got to come at people like that? Like, I'm here for doing a little bartering. Like, toss a number out there. Don't say that it's a $5,000 car. The fiberglass on that car alone is worth $5,000. So, that's my soapbox. Now, here's an update for you guys. I got a couple updates, and we'll get to it. Man, I don't know if there's a good place for you to figure out how to set up the scanner. You set up the scanner like you set everything else up. Watch my videos on setting up GM scammers. Got me thinking about this guy, scanners. But you're going to have to set up multiple VE tables to match all of the different VE tables, and then in the filter, you're going to have to filter based off of which table's active. Yeah, and that's the thing is like I'm not trying to make money off this car. I'm basically just trying to free up space and move it on. In fact, I would trade it for a decent condition C10 tomorrow. So, other news. I ordered a new chair for the office finally. So, I don't have it yet. I'm still an old slip down. I did put a hose clamp on it after 3 years of doing this and having to readjust myself, but I finally ordered a new chair. You guys don't really care about that. The other news is I did finally break down and just bought a transmission for the Typhoon. So we're going to get the Typhoon in. We're going to get it running. We're going to get it, doing everything. So be prepared. We'll be diving into the fuel tank again on the Typhoon. What year C10? Any year C10, up to 90, so, mid 80s. Decent, not completely rusted out. I'm not looking for anything too crazy. I mean, I would like something that would probably be worth, 15 to 18,000 for an even trade on the Corvette. Do I still have the go fridge? Yeah, it's downstairs in the garage still. That's where I keep my garage beers. Yeah, well, readjust the chair, yes. If I could readjust myself, I wouldn't have to pay a chiropractor. But we're going to get the Typhoon on the road because I really love that truck and it deserves to be on the road. So, what's everybody else doing? That's it. That's all I got for now. Ugh, my stomach hurts. 2 weeks after the dyno, almost got the truck driving again. What happened to the dyno, Super Slow? Oh, dyno guy messed up my tune. Ugh. Oh yeah, I remember you sent me that email. Okay, yep, I'll check it out. Look at this guy's tune, see how he jacked everything up. Getting ready for a vacation. Tomorrow is my birthday. Happy birthday, me! Woohoo! We're going to the Pirates game. So, and the wife made tacos, and they really, they really upset my stomach. Whew. I don't need a gift. You guys being here is a gift. Oh my goodness, there's Emerson. Haven't seen Emerson in a month of Sundays. Trying to boost the GTO with an old APS twin turbo kit. The rear mount. Nice. I hope it has a good sump. or is it one of them that used oilless turbos? Thanks, everybody. I'm not doing that for any reason. I'm 42 years old. I don't care about birthdays anymore. You know how it is. You get to this age, all you're doing is getting older at this point in time. So, I'm hoping. I've been so busy. So busy. Because there's so much stuff that I want to do that I just don't have time to do. So many videos that I'm itching to make. And so because of that, I broke down and actually hired a yard guy to come mow the yard just so I could have one afternoon back where normally I'd have to be doing yard work where maybe I can do a video. I don't think it's totally weird that they use Mitsubishi turbos. TD04s probably. Oil and water cooled. They were kind of a standard back then. Drove Leaps Bear before the dyno. Wide open throttle, it's okay. Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's what they do on dynos, man. They do wide open throttle and they don't care about. All they care about is that number. That number doesn't get you to and from the dyno. That's hilarious. He was mad that you didn't have a mass airflow sensor, and so you actually had to do some tuning. Fixed the boost controller. Found out my truck can take 26 pounds of boost. Found out on accident, I'm guessing. What do you normally roam? That is a lot. True, not all dyno shops are about the wide open throttle tune. I will give you that, Montage. We'll say 90% of them are. My stomach. I just want to do some data logging on the Viper. I haven't even had a chance to do that. So, yeah. Yep, that sounds run of the mill. Yep, just dialed in 800 Lambda across everything and said, you're good. You're good. That's the problem, man. They want you in and out as fast as possible. Boost strategies on a Holly are a little cantankerous. Which one are you using? Ooh, 40% lean, man. That's a cylinder burner right there. That's how you push the rings together. Boost by time. I've not worked on boost strategies on the Holly. I have on the Fuel Tech, but it's even more painful whenever you have a sneaking suspicion your wastegate is undersized. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Loving it. Took it out to a meet. Not really a meet. There's an event kind of thing, small thing that I went and met my buddy with last weekend and got to drive it for a while. And then we're going to the event in Ohio next weekend. Anybody heard of it? Triple F. I don't know if you guys really follow any of that stuff. I don't. My buddy does. There's some rich dudes out in Ohio that own like 6,000 supercars. And there's like $50 million worth of cars that's going to be out at the fairgrounds or something. I don't know. We're going out to that. It's next Sunday. Not this coming Sunday, the Sunday after. So, since I'm not doing any racing this year, figured, let's do that. And then, this winter, we got to talk about getting the Smoke Monster back in the garage, getting the overdrive put in, a lot of other stuff. Thanks, Steve. Having some issues with my tune. It is a 2000 2500 Suburban with iron-headed LQ4. Has a hot air intake and long tube headers. It's pulling 6 to 8 degrees in the 3,500 to 4,500 pound range, or RPM range. Well, check your IAT timing table and check your knock, spark knock. Make sure that you don't have spark knock, but then make sure that you're in that lug area getting hot air in there and it's pulling timing for the hot air. Yeah, I miss Smoke Monster too. I need to get new tires for it, for the rear, since the one got damaged whenever the rim broke. But there's something about that car, man, that big block. And I'm really excited to get that new intake on there so it will breathe and make the power it's supposed to, because that thing was going into vacuum at 5,000 RPMs, maybe even before, just based off the data logs. So, I'm going to do a couple other things. I'm going to try and make the Holly EFI work on it. I talk all this smack on Holly. I'm trying to not be that guy that just absolutely hates Holly. I'm going to do everything within my power to make it work right. I just know that there's other platforms out there that don't require all of that work. 79 Corvette for sale in Australia, $33,000. For a 79, you can get those things for like $6,000 over here. 79s are very undesirable. That is asinine. Bernard, how about I just send mine over to you and you sell it over there? Where do you recommend messing with long tube headers and the O2 sensors? Chad, you're going to have to give me a little bit more info, what you're looking for. Anyone else in the Northwest Pennsylvania, Northeast Ohio region and looking for a really quality dyno tuner? Hutter Performance. Trevor knows what he's doing. He's got a wait list though. That's a good thing. I got a wait list. People that have a wait list, A, generally know what they're doing. They have a lot of people trying to get stuff tuned. And B, they're spending more time. They don't have a wait list. It's like the people that set up and it's just like, oh, hey, I'm going to tune 10 cars today. No, you're not doing it right if you're doing that. Sorry. I don't care how good you are. Mdo says car is pulling half a degree at 4K 6500. Can't find anything that would do so. All-time corrections on Spark tab. Oh, well, that's really weird. My screensaver came on. I guess I haven't touched my mouse the whole time. And it looks good and shouldn't be influencing anything. That is weird. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sounds good, Super Slow. See you later, brother. Everything looks good in HP Tuner's not fluent. I'm not sure. Dude, Steve, that's not a bad idea. When am I getting a dyno? I don't have space for it. I looked at getting a mainline, and it would literally take up half of my garage space, just like storing it. Like, I don't know. I need to break down and build a shop. I've got room, but it's going to be super expensive because there's going to have to be excavation and stuff like that. And so I've been kind of pushing off on it. I've been looking possibly for a something for sale. There's actually a garage that's not too far from me that's for sale. That's really ran down, but the price is right for what it is. I'm just like, I don't know. So I don't know. I would love to have a dyno, but at the same time, to own a dyno, you really got to rent it out and use it to make it worthwhile. You know? Yeah, half a degree seems super weird, Mdo. Oh, okay. Speed engineering long tube with the O2 further downstream and how it reads on HP tuners. Generally, Chad, you can just look at what your switching voltage is, and on long tube, you can bump it up. 450 is what it is on most stock applications. You can bump it up to 600 or 0.6 if you're in volts, and then see how it corrects at idle and see if it corrects to stoic on your wideband. Well, that would mean I'd have to get a drive-on dyno, which is even crazier. What'd LT do? I haven't talked to him in a while. Yeah, Steve, that's a good point. That's a good point. Probably wouldn't hurt to buy headlights and taillights out there, because I know all the first and second gen guys are paying out the nose for headlights. I don't know if they're quite as expensive as the XLR, Cadillac XLR headlights and taillights are. Those things were ridiculous. Dude, Bernard, there's nothing wrong with running a MAF, man. Mufflers really shouldn't mess with your tune at all. Like, they can mess with your volumetric efficiency tune. So once again, they're not going to mess with your MAF. They can mess with your volumetric efficiency tune because you're not going to be moving air as efficiency. What up, Schmidt? Oh, he moved to Colorado Springs. Man, I don't want to open up shop. I don't want to go that far. I would be perfectly fine tuning 1 or 2 cars a month in my spare time on a dyno, and then the rest of the time just renting it out to people that wanted to make dyno pulls. How do you verify wideband data against O2s? Turn your O2s on, and if they're working right, it should pull you to stoic. If you're lean or rich, your narrow bands are pulling you away from that. You need to adjust your switching voltage on your narrow bands. Yeah, I've not followed any of his videos in a while. Honestly, I don't really follow anything on YouTube lately. It's just I've been too busy. What up, Jerry? If I were to do that, I'd go back to Oklahoma, where stuff is cheap, and it's in the middle of America. You can reset the fuel trims through the scanner. You don't have to reflash it to reset the fuel trims. My approach to tuning is dial in VE first and scale MAF. Leave both MAP and MAF operational in case one says, yeah, that's the way it should be. That's the correct way of doing it. So, dude, no, MK, if you saw the shop that I was looking at that they're asking $125,000 for, I could buy a house with a shop on it in Oklahoma, in the country, for almost that much. What up, DZ? If you still have the harness for it, man, you should be able to plug it in and just make sure that you'll have to tune it for the size pipe that you got. How much do I charge for the full tune? I only do full tunes remotely, and it's $750, I think. I don't even know. Maybe $800 now. My prices may have gone up. I don't really... I've got a backlog so far. Like, I don't run a wait list per se. It's just kind of like email me every couple weeks and ask if there's a spot open yet. And most of the spots get taken up by people asking me to tune a different car that's already a customer. So... You know, of a 2-bar map sensor for the LS2 that's exactly like the OEM 1-bar. Can't find anything using one off of a site. No. Not off the top of my head, Emerson. There's got to be one out there. You'll just have to do some searching because that's the one in between the card and the LS3 map sensor. I know which one you're talking about. I've seen it. And I know there's... Well, I say that there's a 2-bar for it, but maybe there isn't one. Maybe you've got to make the LS3 style work in the spot. It's because I got you on mute, Jerry. Somebody in the chat might be able to help you, though. It's the LS2 is the thicker style map sensor. You know, the LS3 is like that. The LS2 is like that. It looks like an LS3. I thought the red label was the LS3 style. Man, you guys gonna get me on no GM map sensors. Boop, 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 boop. So... No, yeah, the red type is the LS3. Does this work? Okay, here we go. So this is the LS2 style here. LS3 style. LS3, LS1, LS2. Well, that says it works on LT1. Looking at the map sensors. There. Of course, they don't say what ratio it is. See, Andrew. 4-bar. You don't need a 4-bar. You're crazy, man. You're a crazy man. Hey, if you can get away with 2-bar, use a 2-bar. What up, Harry? Bro, hit me up in an email, man. I'll make you a deal. Like this guy, Harry here. My 2 is solid everywhere, but when it gets hot after driving a while, idle starts to creep lean. In closed loop or in open loop, Craig? Because if it's in open loop, it's just going to be that one of your temp calibrations is off. MAF only. Really? It shouldn't in MAF only. Well, your temp bias could still be skewed on the MAF. No, I don't think that the temp bias is supposed to mess with the MAF. I think that's only supposed to mess with your VE table. Because mass airflow, to calculate mass, you have to know the temperature. And so it should be good to go. Well, I'm looking at how far behind live is. I don't think that that's right. I think it might be. No, yeah, maybe it is. Bernard, sorry to hear that, man. You going to go back on nights eventually? We'll miss you, brother. That's weird. Your math could be going bad, though. Well, even if the math got hot, it shouldn't be. So the way that works is that the temperature of the air is, on the hot wire, and that's what calculates how much air is. It holds the wire of the math at a known temperature, tries to hold it there. And as air goes across it, regardless of the temperature of the air, which changes the density of the air, determines how much heat that it takes out of that wire. And then that, in turn, requires more frequency being driven to the wire to heat it back up. And that's how it calculates the reading. So it shouldn't be an issue unless the math itself is starting to go bad. That's weird. Try cleaning it, man. Get some math cleaner from, Advanced Auto and hose that thing down and see if it still does it. Maybe the math wire's a little dirty or something. Or it could be, maybe the math is getting hot and it's starting to fail whenever it gets hot. So, but that honestly should not really affect how the math works because of the science behind the math. Like, the whole purpose of that thing is to get hot. If you're to grab a hold of a math while the car is on, you could burn yourself. Those things get warm. So, I don't know. I'd try another one either way. Tim, whenever you go into speed density only, there is a trans patch underneath the OS tab. Enable that trans patch. Essentially what happens is whenever you fail the math on a lot of the ECUs, it puts the transmission into a limp mode that just gives it full pressure all the time. And if you enable that trans patch, I believe it's just called the trans patch, it'll be under the OS tab though. And then you have to do a write entire. You can't do just a write config, but if you do that, it'll put it back to normal. And you can leave that on. Once you do that, you don't have to turn it back off. So, yeah, Craig, report back next week. Let me know, or whenever you get done, report back and let me know if that fixed it. I'd be really interested to see. Yep, no problem, man. No problem. I get that question a couple times a week, which is cool. It's an easy one. Makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, no problem, Craig. Okay, it is 8:28. Wrap it up. I'll answer another question or two if we got time. Hit the like button. Let's get some thumbs up on there. Craig just did a thumbs up on the screen. So I can see it over there. I don't know. Things are backwards on here. There it is. Thumbs up right there. Thumbs up over there. GM 1941 8810. 1941 8810. I put one too many 8s in there. That looks like the right style. Is that a 2-bar moddage? If that's a 2-bar, that's probably what you're looking for. E40 ECUs, I didn't think you could brick those. I mean, you can turn them, you can ruin them, but you should still be able to go back and, well, let me say this. They may have to be written over with a MDI. You may not be able to recover them with the HP interface. That may be what's wrong. I'll tell you one thing though. I do have an E67 over here that I thought was bricked, and I was able to get to ride a tune on it with the EFI Live unit. Surprisingly, I didn't think it'd work, but it did. Jeff. Oh, John Doe. Thank you, brother. Jeff, send me an email and remind me, and I'll double check it. Everything. If you upgrade your stall converter to a higher stall, what adjustments would you need to make? Normally, you don't need to make tune adjustments. That's all that the car runs richer since you changed the stall. I guess if you were in speed density, you could theoretically change the load because of the stall down low. You may need to dial your VE table back in. But as far as the trans side of it, you just need to look at your torque converter lockup stuff and make sure that it's not trying to lock up until you get over what the stall RPMs are. Unless you're in a higher gear, though. Gotcha. Man, dude, you guys, calm down. I appreciate everybody. Yes, and thank you for the thumbs up and the birthdays. Is the nitrous purge working? I wasn't, look at it. Listen, John and Jay Gonzalez, thank you, because you guys, I'll use that money to buy me some beer at the baseball game tomorrow night. Happy birthday, me. Okay. That's going to wrap it up. Hey, we got 20 likes. Perfect. Want to thank everybody, and keep posted. Said tomorrow picking up the transmission. Not going to get to it this weekend. Not going to get to it next weekend. I'll try and shoot some video from the event. You know, there's going to be like Paganis and stuff there. Oh, there's the other nitrous purge. There it is. Yeah. There's going to be like Paganis and Lamborghinis and Ferraris and all that fancy stuff that I really don't care that much about, but I'll try and shoot some pictures or stuff. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's Go Rope Garage. Go follow me on Instagram. I don't post that often. I don't really, but you know. Listen, you guys know the drill. Thanks for stopping by the garage. Remember, ABT, always be tuning.